When you pop on, drop me a high five. You guys know I like that kind of stuff. High fives are the best, right? High fives are the best. Hey, Ashley. Thanks for tuning in, Ashley Cleaver. Hey, Jody. How are y'all today? Are you doing anything exciting or relaxing? I got home from the gym. Hey, Luke. I got home from the gym not too long ago. Hey, Christy. Girl, we have not had a conversation since high school. Welcome to the party. Hey, Carol. Okay, so I don't know if you guys have been following me for a while or for new Facebook friends. I'm Jess Dukes. And I'm not here to talk about makeup today. What? It's something different. I know. You're so surprised. So surprised. There might be some weird dog noises going on around here. Because I got weird dogs. I'm just going to clean up around me really quick while y'all pop on so I can have some space and room and just so much crap. So much crap. Okay, so I don't know if you guys are new Facebook friends or we've been friends for a hot minute or you've known me since I was like 16. But in 2011, I went to the general practitioner because I have suffered from asthma my whole life. Whether it be exercise induced or if it is exercise induced or if it's like full blown asthma. So from first like birth basically to like 4th grade, I had an inhaler with a tube. So I had to use that like a couple times a day right before I went to recess. All that good stuff. And now I have exercise-induced asthma. So every so often, living in Texas, the allergies get really stupid. And I get what's called sticky bronchitis. So my lungs are strong, but sometimes they're not strong enough to cough off all the crap that's in my chest. So essentially, I went to my general practitioner because I needed an inhaler. So I went and she looked at me and she said, "Has anyone ever told you had a large thyroid?" I said, "That's not what they've said that I've had large on my body. Maybe a butt, a mouth, personality, never a thyroid. Never was that a personality trait that you carry around. Like, oh, you have a large thyroid." What? I don't even know where my thyroid is, lady. By the way, she's awesome. I don't remember her name. I haven't been back to her since because I now have an endocrinologist. So she referred me to an amazing woman called Valerie Espinosa. She is an endocrinologist at the Texas Diabetes and Endocrinology Center in Austin. If you guys need one, that center is awesome. It's on Far West and Mopac. They also have a South office, which I don't attend because I love my endocrinologist up north. So I drive literally from Kyle, Texas, all the way to Far West and Mopac, which is approximately like 45 minutes to an hour to go to the doctor, which is normally on my day off. If it's close to my, like if I'm at work and I have to go, then it's like 20 minutes. So, albeit, great lady. So for 7 years, hey Tara. So for 7 years, I've been getting ultrasounds, which are a little bit uncomfortable. You have to like lay back on the table and put a pillow underneath your neck. And so you're sitting like this. And my neck is very straight. So a lot of you probably have a neck that looks like this, where it's like angled and your head sits on it. Mine is straight. So for me to actually have to lay back like that is very, very painful. So I have to take ibuprofen before I go get an ultrasound. And even if it's just a little bit, like, even like this is like tension headache central. So For 7 years, I went for ultrasounds, and they basically, like, run the wands, like, up and down your neck area, all the way, like, from your chin to your collarbone. There are, everybody has a different amount, but apparently I have, like, 300 lymph nodes in my neck, which, number one, I didn't know you could have that many in general. Just in your neck area, I have 300. But I asked, like, what the average lymph node count for, like, a person. She's, like, anywhere from, like, 250 to, like, 1,200. I'm like, what? Someone can have 1,200 lymph nodes in their, like, upper head area? And she's like, yeah. I'm like, what? Did your mom drink a special milk when you're born to have 1,200 lymph nodes in your body? I have no idea. But I have 300, and I thought that was a lot. And so, anyway, ultrasounds. Every December, I go to the endocrinologist and get ultrasounds done. I've had one biopsy, just an original, like, biopsy. And with Hashimoto's, it is an autoimmune disease, which makes your body think that your thyroid is dangerous. So it attacks it. Super. My immune system is so smart, it thinks that there's something wrong with its actual organ. It's a big pain in the booty. But I will tell you, hey Teresa, hey Nikki, that it's a freaking amazing gift. So, right side thyroid, right thyroid, we'll call them righty and lefty, okay? Righty over here had a nodule on it, which is basically fatty tissue. So if you've ever had, like, bumps in your breast or, like, swollen lymph nodes, you can get, like, tissue built up around it, okay? So it's my understanding that I had a nodule on my on righty, okay? And if you guys remember, like, back in the 90s when Tim Allen had his TV show and Jonathan Taylor Thomas, one of the last episodes, he had a goiter. And if you guys, it was so dramatic. There was so much like, oh my God, JTT is going to die. JTT is going to die of a goiter. Let me just say something to you, and this is what my endocrinologist told me. If you have skin cancer or thyroid issues and you develop cancer, they are the slowest cancers you can get. So if you're going to hit the cancer lottery, thyroid and skin are the way to go, apparently. Which was very helpful for me because when you hear the word cancer, you, like, lose your shit. You, like, okay, I'm done. Like, just stick a fork in me. Which is not necessarily the right mindset, but when you're, like, in the office by yourself because your husband can't make it to the meeting with you, hey, Casey, then you literally, like, lose all your shit. So you literally have a meltdown in the... So my first visit was not by myself. Let me get that straight. My second visit, where you find out, like, what it is, what's happening, what's going on, I was by myself. I love you too. And so, hi, Andrea. So I was by myself. So I get in the elevator and I'm like, mind you, I'm a little bit of a hypochondriac. I think that there's always something wrong with me. And it's probably not that I'm sick all the time. It's just that I stress when I have nothing to worry about. So, it's a thing, okay? I stress out when there's nothing to worry about. Like, legitimately, day 2 of 2 days in a row that I have off from work, I'm like, what's wrong? What can I freak out about today? It's real stupid. But I will tell you, CBD oil has helped me with that. Okay. Back to the point. So I go to the doctor 7 years in a row. I get ultrasounds. So from December 2016, I went up for my normal checkup. I was like, okay, cool. We'll get this party started. This is just routine. My levels are fine. Like, and the thing is like, you can be on medicine. Yeah, girl, it's the jam. Okay. So you can be on medicine for hypo or hyperthyroidism. So hyperthyroidism means that you have an overfunction. So your body pulls in, let me think about this. What did the guy say yesterday? You have an overabundance of immunities coming at your thyroid. So your thyroid is in overdrive essentially. And if you're hypo, that means that you're not getting enough, which means you probably have an iodine or salt deficiency. And yours is fat and happy. or fat and pissed or whatever it is. Just fat and slow, okay? So for me, my righty was hyper, lefty was hypo. So my levels, when you get blood drawn, they test your TH4 or TSH, which is like your thyroid hormone, essentially. Your T3 and your T4. So your T4 goes into your liver, processes things, and your T3 shoots out different antibodies. So like the way the T4 goes into your liver, it's how everything is processed quickly, and then T3 is how you get it out of your body. So T4 in, T3 out. So like if your T3 or T4 levels are effed up, then they need to check your thyroid. So it's a whole thing. It's like the thyroid talks to the pituitary gland, talks to the thyroid. Like, I'm not a doctor. I don't freaking know. I'm just saying that mine is even at this point. So 7 years of ultrasounds, 1 biopsy at the beginning. I'm even. I've been even for 7 years. Okay. So December 2016, we grew. So my little nodule on righty, we're going to call it a zit. So the zit that was hanging out on righty decided to grow. That's not good. That's not good at all. It's not good at all. So, righty, the zit of righty, grew from a 1.32 to a 2. And I'm gathering that's in millimeters because it wasn't really, like, you could tell that my right side was a little bit bulgier than my left side, but not all that much, okay? We have some skin hanging out here. We'll talk about that in a little bit. But it was a little bit, but it was enough to alert my doctor. Duh. Any growth in a nodule or a fibromatous mass or anything in your body, a lymph node, you need to get that shit checked out. You just need to. It's a thing. Like, if you haven't gone to the gynecologist in years, regardless of whether you're married or not, get your ass to the lady doctor. Hello, have you heard about cervical and ovarian cancer? Go to the doctor. You should be feeling your boobs all the time. Or if you don't like to do that, ask someone else to do it. I'm sure they will gladly step up and ask you or help you in that matter, okay? Just get your shit checked out. It's a thing. Even your booty, okay? It's a thing. Intestinal crap is a thing too. It's like the worst. If you're a dude, check your prostate. I'm just an advocate now, apparently. Just yelling out all this stuff. Okay, so righty zit grew from a 1.32 to a 2. So in mind you, my grand passed away in October 2016, so I was in the middle of the awfulness. And then I went to the doctor, and my freaking zit on righty grew. And I'm like, oh, for the love of all things holy, Mary, Jesus, and Joseph, can we catch a break around here? Obviously not. So, January 2017, I go back to the doctor a month later, when normally I don't go for like 12 months in between visits. I'm like, this is crap. When she told me she would have to biopsy my thyroid, I looked like a deer in headlights about to get hit by a car. Like, terrified. So, luckily, my doctor said, hey, I can give you something for that. So she gave me a Valium. She said, take the whole thing. Just don't drive to the appointment. And I was like, oh, okay. I took half of it, and I was loopier than an MFer. It was crazy. Hi, Mary Dinger. And so, hey, Delilah. And so I'm at the doctor. I'm drunk on Valium. And Chris is sitting in the, like, back corner of the office. So, like, there's a bed. Not really bed, but there's like a machine, and there's like a tech and my endocrinologist. So they pull out this giant ass needle. Hey, Risha. And my husband is terrified of all things the doctor. He won't go, doesn't like hospitals, hates to take medicine, won't do it. Like most men, okay? So homeboy is sitting in the corner, and it's a dark room. So they have to ultrasound it. So for the first time ever, my husband gets to see what this giant mass, it's not even really that big, inside my throat looks like, because every time I'm at the doctor, he just waits in the waiting room if he goes with me, or in like the room before you get the ultrasound. So he's never actually seen it. So I'm all cocked back. Hey, Kasia. I'm all cocked back in there with my neck being all wonky, but I'm high on Valium, so remember this. And I don't do good with like pain medicine. I like try not to take it. And so I'm like giggling, but they're trying to like put put the ultrasound wand on my thyroid. She's like, I'm going to need you to calm down a little bit. I'm like, you're the one that gave me the Valium. Anyway, so she pulls out this big, Chris said it was like this long of a needle. And it has like a little scoop. I don't know if you guys have ever had a biopsy before, but they like put the needle in and there's a little section of this needle. So it's a thicker needle than normal. And there's a section of this needle that kind of goes down through the tube and out. So what this inner mechanism of the needle does is it goes in, like it goes into your neck, and then that middle mechanism goes in, pulls out what it needs, and then the whole needle comes out. So it's like this crazy machine in a needle. It's insane. But hey, Buckley, I know I'm getting heated. It's very dramatic in here. Don't be sad. I'm okay. Thank you. I'm okay. Buckley gets excited when people get like, when raise their voices or like get super excited about stuff. I know. We're fired up. We're fired up today. Okay, so, yes, I know. In just a minute. In a minute. Okay. In a minute. You've been out all day. I heard. Your dad told me you can't trick me. You can't trick me. Okay, easy. I know, I'm sweaty. Easy. Hey, where's your toy, Bubba's? Sorry. Okay. In a minute. All right, back to the story. So anyway, needle goes in, mechanism goes down into my thyroid, pulls some stuff out. Wasn't enough. So she goes in, the needle's still in there. So before she pulls it out, she can see how much. Hey, you need you to go get a toy, please. Yeah, I need you to go get a toy. Are you going to put on some makeup? I need you to go get a toy. Or you can stay right here. I will love on you. Do you just need lovin's? Hey, easy. Get out of there. Let me shut it. If you're going to be rude, let me just shut it. No, you can't put your foot in there. Don't yell at me. Sorry. Children. Ow! That hurt. Thank you. Oh my God. I'm sorry, guys. We have an intermission. I need you. Hey. Enough. I need you to get a toy. Or go yell at your brother. Go get your brother. Go bother your brother. Oh my God. Okay. We're just going to love on him. Okay. So anyway, 2 times for this needle in my throat to get out enough of the stuff to test it, okay? So then it goes to the doctor. Goes to pathology. Y'all, he got me good. Look at that scratch. Ugh. Okay. Man. That scratch is huge. It's okay. I'll heal. So anyway, this biopsy, whatever they took out of my nodule, goes off to pathology and they test it. And they can't figure out what it is. Of course they can't. Like, why? Why would you be able to tell if it's cancer or not? So they come back a couple weeks later and they tell me that it's 40% suspicious. It possibly could be cancer, but we're not sure. So let's schedule a meeting with a surgeon. Surgeon to me sounds like cancer. So February, I go to meet with my surgeon, who's amazing. His name is Trey Fife, and he's amazing. And so I go to meet with him, and he's like, so are you on medicine? I'm like, no. Mind you, my levels are fine. My levels are fine. I just have a growing nodule. I have a growing zit on righty. And it's just not good. It's 40% suspicious, whatever that means. And I've had friends, parents, or themselves who've had like higher percentages of suspicion for cancer, and they literally have to get their thyroid taken out the next day. Or like that same week. So for me, have to wait. I really could calm myself down and be like, okay, you haven't had a surgery since you had eye surgery in 6th grade. You had an appendicitis when you were 9. Like, you don't have surgery. Like, for being 27 weeks premature, I felt like all my surgeries were done by the time I was like 9. Okay? Then I had surgery when I was in 6th grade, and then I had a partial fibromus mass taken on my breast when I was 19. So really, from 19 to 37 or 36, I never had surgery. So I was like, holy mother of goodness gracious, how are we going to do this? It was very stressful. But the fact that they weren't rushing me to surgery was a huge help. So my meeting with my surgeon was in February, I think the 28th or something. And then my surgery was scheduled for April 10th, 2017. And so the day comes, they go to surgery, do all this stuff, and it's outpatient, which is crazy. So it's outpatient at Northwest Medical Center, right behind my doctor's office, which is awesome, because if there's ever an issue, she's like right there. And so the doctor was like, oh, are we taking out the whole thyroid? And I was like, no, we're only taking the part that's bad. Why would you take out the left side of my thyroid if there's not an issue? Oh, okay. I'm like, please don't complicate this. Please don't take out the wrong side. So obviously I haven't had surgery in like a million years, and I'm going in and I'm like, what if they take out the wrong one? What if they take out the wrong side of my thyroid? And I'm here by myself. Like in the back. I wasn't by myself at the medical center, but my mom and sister flew down from Indiana, and my husband was in the waiting room. And my surgery was like 8 o'clock. So we had to get up and be there at like super early. So I woke up 4 a.m. to go to surgery. Ugh. Not fun. Not fun at all. So anyway, surgery lasted about an hour, maybe. And just for good measure, he took out the lymph node behind it. And mind you, like I said earlier, if you're just tuning in, you have lots of lots of lymph nodes in your throat, and I have 300. So, that's a lot. Hi, babe! We're talking about thyroids and keto. Fun, huh? So yeah, 300 lymph nodes. So he took a lymph node out behind it, kept Lefty in there. So 2 weeks after surgery, I go back to the doctor to get a post-op visit, and she says, hey, we took your blood when you got your surgery, and you're at a 7. I'm like, what's that mean? She's like, oh, you're a little bit over. And I said, does that mean I have a fat thyroid? And she said, yes. But, like, danger zone is 10 plus. So I still have a good amount of ways to go. Hey, babe, Andrea says hi. Hi. And so right now I'm still at a 7. So I will probably have to go back here in a little bit. But I haven't started to feel any different in the last year. I'm now taking 50 micrograms of levothroxine every morning. And when they sent my shitty thyroid to shitty righty over here with the zit to pathology, it said, oh yeah, it totally had cancer in it. And it was gnarly. I still haven't been able to see it yet. I'm like, can I see? What did it look like in there? It was very large, apparently. But yeah, I have more skin, like looser skin over here because I feel like it was protruding a little bit. So there's more skin over on this side. So we're trying to figure that out. But here's my little scar. It's still pretty pink. I don't treat it every day. I probably should. But I don't care. It's my story, and scars make you who you are. So, I have plenty. And so, in lieu of that, so after surgery, I have probably lost, like, when I went in pre-surgery, I think I was, like, 162, 163. And then the last year, I've been teetering between, like, 150 and 155. Excuse me. And so, in weight. And so, essentially, I heard this thing called the keto diet. But I was super stubborn, and I was like, I don't need to diet. I'm fine. I work out 4 days a week, and I have medicine. But then I was like, wait, you're still working out, and my levels are still fine, so I'm still working out, but I, like, want to kick it into gear, if you know what I'm saying. I haven't weighed more. I was 168 when we got married 7 years ago. So, I don't want to go back there anymore. It's not fun. It doesn't make me feel good. So, I've heard a lot about ketogenic diet and Hashimoto's. Lots. Like, my husband is the type of man to, like, research the things. All the things. Research all the things. Do all the stuff. And so, he's like, And my husband, if you guys don't know or aren't friends with him on Facebook, he has been losing weight very steadily over the last couple of years. But November 2016, he was like 325 pounds, and now he's like 275. So he does a very good job of losing weight very quickly in large amounts. He's hit a little plateau. So he was reading about keto, and he knows it's good for thyroid. We've heard lots of things that it's good, it's bad. It can crash your thyroid. It could screw it up. It could give you no function. It could do all the things that you're not supposed to be doing. But that's also like, if you're starting to feel really weird and you have thyroid issues, go see the doctor. Recommend an ultrasound. Go get your blood work done. It's simple. You know how you feel. Like, you know when you're feeling like crap, if you're lethargic. And I'm not talking about like one day I'm lethargic and the next day I'm not. Because what if you didn't get enough sleep? Or what if you're trying to cut coffee? Like, I'm talking about if you are lethargic for weeks, if you can't lose weight, if you lose weight too fast, if you're always freaking thirsty. And mind you, I drink like a gallon of water a day. I have a water bottle that's 48 ounces and I have at least 2 to 3 of them a day. So I get it. If you're craving sugar all the time, that's hypothyroidism. If you're not, like, if you're just off, if you just feel freaking weird, go get your thyroid checked, because 85% of women have thyroid issues and they don't even know because they don't want to go to the doctor. Why do you think doctors are a thing? Endocrinologists are not just for people with diabetes. They're for people with thyroid issues. They're for people with all kinds of stuff. Like your endocrine system, like your adrenals, like all that stuff is so important. And I found out because I went to go get an inhaler from a general practitioner. So, we started the ketogenic diet on Sunday. Felt great Monday. Felt great half of Tuesday. Had a gigantic headache on Tuesday. Had to take an allergy pill and an Advil. That's when you know it's big, if you take both. I didn't have to resort to Excedrin, so I was okay with that. I was thankful for that. And then Wednesday and today, I felt great. And a lot of the times with Hashimoto's, you get a lot of brain fog. And for the longest time, I was like, am I just becoming stupid and forgetful? Do I have early onset dementia like my grandmother? Like, what is happening? I told you, my mind goes in the worst places. It goes to the shit storm, crapville, and I just don't like it. Yeah, Nikki, for real. You could think you have anxiety issues, but it could really be your thyroid. Like, that's crazy that it can be that thing and another. So, get your shiz checked, okay? So, ketogenic diet day 4, I decided that I would email my endocrinologist. I was like, I'm freaked out, man. Like, Saturday and Sunday, I was like, oh my God, Chris said we're going to do the ketogenic diet. Like, what the hell does that even mean? I like carbs. I like to eat all the noodles. I like to eat all the pizzas. I don't know what's happening. How am I going to live with a low-carb diet? And I even asked my doctor, I was like, do I need to be a little bit higher in carbs because I have Hashimoto's and because I'm on thyroid medicine? And she's like, let me tell you something. I said, do you have some advice? I've heard all kinds of things about how it's great for you, and then I've heard how it's shit for you. So can you just be frank about it? She's like, well, my name is Valerie. I can never be frank. But I will tell you straight up. She said, no need to give yourself extra calories or extra carbs. A strict ketogenic diet will be just fine for your thyroid. So, from the mouth of Valerie Espinosa, endocrinologist. Oh, and also, in 10 years of practicing, she said she's never had anyone die from thyroid cancer. Hot damn, diggity dog, I'm in the right hands. So, I just think it's really cool that she's super proactive, and, like, I ask her the dumbest questions. I'm like, can my thyroid screw up my vagina? She's like, well, it can increase or decrease your libido. And I was like, oh, okay, cool. And then I'm like, do I need to eat more carbs than other people on the ketogenic diet? She's like, nah, should be good. So, obviously, everyone is different. Everybody's doctors say different things. But my doctor for me today said that the ketogenic diet is fine and I should not have any thyroid problems. So, if you're wanting to do it, the diet, check with a doctor. Duh. You should really check with a doctor before before any diet changes. Just a rule of thumb. Get it, rule of thumb. So, we can continue as our previously scheduled crazy town around here. You guys, look at it. Oh, it looks like I got scratched by Wolverine. That little shit. I'm working on these biceps. Don't you judge them. The triceps are hard to get in there. They're hard. Triceps are hard. I hate push-ups. Rather just go, maybe I'll just hit more golf balls. But y'all, look, I got attacked by Wolverine. Rude. He's so rude. That bug. Now he's outside running around like a crazy man because he wants to eat the birds that are in my tree. Hey, Felicia Deal. So yeah, consult your doctor if you're feeling lethargic, if you're losing too much weight, if you're gaining too much weight, if you're super thirsty, if you only want to eat chocolate cake, if you really just feel off, go to a doctor. Have them check your thyroid. If you are a continual thyroid person and have never gotten an ultrasound, do it. I am super high on getting ultrasounds done. Like, it's high on the importance meter. That's what I was trying to say. I'm not high. Number 3, listen to your body. If you start a diet and go gradual into the wilderness. Don't just run through like a banshee with a machete. Go slow and see how you feel about it. Gut issues, like how? I am not a regular bowel movement person. So, not that I've discovered so far. But I am not a regular number 2 participant in the bathroom. So we're working on that. I'm adding more fiber in too. Yeah. So like right now, so before I would be like one time and I need to drink coffee and it would happen like in like 2 to 3 more days, which is awful. I know people that go every day or twice a day are like cringing right now, and I'm sorry. This is just like not normal makeup talk, but it's important. So like normally I'd be like 2 to 3 days and then I'd go and I'd drink coffee and it'd be fine. Now I'm like every other day because I think that my body is like, what are you doing? But it's not in a shock mode. Like, my body's not traumatized from what's happening. Because with keto, if you guys don't know, is high fat. So lots of cheeses and creams, moderate protein, a shit ton of vegetables and fruits, but only specific ones like cauliflower, broccoli, squash, spinach, all the berries, strawberries, blackberries, blueberries is what I've been binging on. Excuse me. And lots of fats. Like good fats though. Like olive oil is good. Avocado oil. We have almond flour and we have coconut flour. So I'm going to try and make bread this week. And depending on work. Just see. And tonight for dinner, when I started an Instagram handle. It's called Duke's Take Keto. DUKESTAKEKETO. It's a fun one. So, we have an Instagram handle. So, Chris and I both have access to it. So, we will be posting about like recipes and inspirations because he's doing it to build more muscle mass and burn more fat, or I'm doing it so that I feel more jovial, as if that needs to even be a thing. And plus, I heard it's really good for your thyroid. So, and my doctor says I have the green light. So we good. We Gucci. So yeah, it's day 4. I'll give you a recap. For breakfast today, I had a cup. I don't measure, and I'm doing kind of lazy keto, so I'm not counting macros. Eventually we may, but I don't really want to be tied down to like, oh, I have 2 more macros to eat today. That's too stressful for me. So, And I don't want to become like DJ Tanner on the stair stepper. Like, I must work out. I must eat all the macros. I can't live like that. I'm not very strict in the way that is going to happen and fit into my life right now. We may eventually, but like at this moment, I can't. So, for instance, for breakfast today, I had 2 strawberries that I cut up. I probably had like 8 blueberries in cottage cheese, which was like a cup and a half of cottage cheese. Yeah, intuitive keto. That's whatever that means. And then for lunch today, I had like 8 French fries from P. Terry. I cheated a little bit. I really want you can't go to P. Terry's. And yeah, macros are a little cray. You can't go to P. Terry's and not eat like 3 French fries. So I had like 8 French fries. And then I had a double lettuce wrap with cheese, jalapenos, onions, pickles, no special sauce, and tomato. And then for dinner, I got low-carb wheat tortillas, and I put them on the griddle, and I fried them a little bit. And then I put a little no sugar spaghetti sauce, which just tastes a little sweeter because it has stevia in it, I think. With some pepperoni and mushrooms and cheese. Lots of mozzarella cheese. And I just let that baby warm up and cook on my griddle. And that's what I had for dinner. And now I'm about to go eat some peanut butter and celery, I think. Because I am going to want to eat some chocolate soon. So, to crave that, I'm going to go and eat some celery and peanut butter. So, with keto, make sure your electrolytes are up. My sister does sell Advocare, and Spark is good for keto, I heard. So we are sparking it up over here just to get the extra vitamins and minerals that we might be missing out on from the carbs. So essentially, what's happening with keto is that you're burning fat before you're burning glucose, which is sugar. And you have a more sustainable appetite, and you're not hungry all that often. Like, I'm a cereal snacker. Like, if y'all would go to my desk right now, I have like 4 bags of pork rinds, all different flavors because they're on sale at H-E-B, 3 for $5 right now. And then I have 2 bags of bulk almonds and 1 of cashews. So I'm a snacker. Hey, Carly, I'm a super snacker. So I'm just trying to snack in easier ways. And if you see keto stuff with breading, it's probably pork rinds, which basically is just fried pork skin. It sounds disgusting, but they have new flavors now, like salt and vinegar and habanero, and chili lime is my favorite so far. And that also helps, like, I'm a big chip eater. Like, if I have a sandwich, I need chips. So it's a good crunch factor to help me not want to eat all of the potato chips in my office. And I will talk to you guys about willpower because on Tuesday, day 2 of keto diet, my UPS men brought in donuts, and another property sent us Tiff's treats full of chocolate chip cookies, and I didn't have any. And today I went to the grocery and I was like, oh, I'll get turkey sausage patties from the freezer section. I look it up. The ingredients say no sugar, but if you look in the actual ingredients below, it had sugar in it. So I was like, dang it, but I did good. I was proud of myself. Hey, Jazz. So yeah, there are tons of recipes on the interwebs. And we like to cook. So I have started that Instagram handle. So if you guys would like to follow, this is not like a promo, but if you would like to, you can. That's where all my recipes are going to be. And no, I'm not linking it to my Facebook because that's where the makeup lives. So, that's the dealio. And for me, in my house, we still eat tacos on cheese tortilla. There's a thing. It's like a tortilla. You make it out of cheese. It's awesome. You fold it up, eat it like a taco. It's pretty rad. Okay, so stay tuned. There's more to come. Hope you guys have an amazing day. And if you found this encouraging or helpful, I've done my job. Go to the doctor. Check out your things. Okay? I love you guys. Have an amazing night. I'm going to go chomp on some celery, and I'll talk to you later.